A few days ago, I felt a compulsion to speak about the peace that surpasses all understanding. To make this video, I sat down in the forest and I entered into presence. And a little later in this video, I'll show you a shortcut for this, what I'm referencing. And as I entered into presence, I moved my awareness to the essence within me that is the essence that is in the Creator. That's the point of connection. And in there I had an intention. Make me a channel of your peaceful presence so I can speak of this peace that surpasses all understanding. As I did this, I began to feel overjoyed and I began to laugh. And I was editing this video and I was going to take this laughter out. And my wonderful, beautiful Fritzy said to me, "Don't. This is you. Be organic." And so I'm going to leave it in to share an expression of the peace that surpasses all understanding that uncontrollably arose in me as I wanted to speak on this topic. And I do speak on this topic in time, once I find some resemblance of a mind to speak from. But it's quite a nice thing to lose your mind, believe me. It's quite a nice thing not to lose it in the sense of a sickness, but in a controlled approach where you have the development of language to explain what is going on. And so I'll leave you with it. God bless. Oh man. Oh. Oh dear. Most people Most people would be scared to find a man sitting in a forest laughing for seemingly no reason. But I have sat here Okay. Most people will think a man sitting laughing for no apparent reason on his own in a forest is out of his mind. And they would think that in a very negative sense. But ironically, it's true. The peace that surpasses all understanding. He said, pray in thanksgiving and ask the Lord for your needs. And the peace that surpasses all understanding will protect your heart and your mind. I know that peace. I am so blessed that I know that peace. And that peace should be guaranteed. That lightness of heart, that inexplicable happiness, joy, contentment, amusement, love, should belong to every person. It certainly should belong to every Christian. And yet for many it's left as a question. Something to search for, something to analyze, ponder over. The peace that surpasses all understanding is the awakened state. And so if you feel you are on a journey of spiritual awakening, or if you are not feeling the peace that surpasses all understanding and you are a Christian who has been told they are reborn, perhaps haven't completed the process. The awakened state, the reborn state, it's most definitely that peace that surpasses all understanding. The awareness of your soul plays around in the mind and the character of who you have, in a state of illusion, believed yourself to be. Most humans live in a very energetically dull place because the illusion of the character ties into the illusion of language and speech, and the veil it places around the connection to life, connection to God. You see, nothing that happens in your life is a word. Nothing is the spoken language of humanity. I have two beautiful sons at home, Aslan and Akila. These are the words I use to point at these fantastic manifestations in consciousness. But they are not those words, and it would be wrong, and it is wrong, to see those words when I look at my children. Because when I look at my children, if I have an image present in my mind of who I believe them to be, then I am not perceiving with my senses who they are right here, right now, today. And I will miss their needs. I will miss the feedback of their emotions. I will miss the feedback of their body language, because I see them through a veil of an image through my mind. We do it even here in nature, in the forest. And I use this example all the time. We don't see these arisings in consciousness, these bursting manifestations of biomatter and vibration and light and sound and life. We don't see it. We see the word tree and trees. Or even worse, if your mind is more utilitarian, you see the word wood. You miss the root of the magic of the arising of consciousness and manifestation in front of you for some small image of a utilitarian value to you inside a system. The words are not the actuality. In the awakened state, a freedom comes. And the freedom unburdens you. It unburdens your heart. It unburdens your mind, the cells of your body, the senses of your body. It unburdens you. And there is a joy that rises from within you that has nothing to do with the world. Nothing from the external is giving you that joy. In fact, the external expectation of joy becomes a great disappointment. You think to yourself, you have these reflections, these memories inside the mind, inside the program of the mind, and you have these memories that I remember that when I wanted to buy a car, it made me happy. But now when you awaken, You may need a car to get from A to B, but its arrival into your life will not move the happiness you hold, the joy you hold. The peace and the joy that arises from inside in the awakened state, it surpasses it surpasses the world. It isn't influenced by the world, it's from something deeper. When living in the notion of the person, as we speak here of Yeshua and his words, Christians who are reborn should be there. They should be in that awakened reborn. I am happy, I am so full, I must share it with the world. The majority are not. Because when they first moved into the teachers who are supposed to represent what Yeshua taught, and Yeshua in Aramaic said that he and his disciples were believers of the way. They were not Christian, they were believers of the way. What is that way, and how do we do that? You see, when you arrive at a church, the first thing that should happen is that they should start working this through for you. Start dismantling the identity that's blocking you from knowing potently here and now. As Meister Eckhart said, if anything in this world is, nothing in this world is as close to God as stillness. When you enter a church, it should start immediately. You carry with you baggage that is blocking the presence of the Spirit and the rebirth, the awakening. From the beginning, you were given a birth certificate, a name, all of these character traits, a nationality, an education, a career path, a profession, relationships. You were given all of these things, and you, through all of these interactions in the world, have built an image inside you of who you are. And that image is moving based upon the various memories it has, the traumas, the wounds. And we need to climb out of there so you can move by the will of Spirit. And so you cannot be birth certificate, and I'll use my own, John, Englishman, charity founder, so on and so. You can't be all of that and then add on to it, born again. It's not a facet to add to the worldly persona. It doesn't work. It's a surrender of the worldly persona. It's the surrender of the worldly persona, not by a persona, but by blind faith. It's the surrender of the persona, it's the letting go of it. It's the giving of the vessel to the Spirit. That is the rebirth. And many get flashes and flickers of that love. That unconditioned love that Yeshua promised. But his promises were many. And I don't think he was lying when he said, you will heal the sick, you will cast out demons, etc. You see, these are not done by a worldly persona. They're not done by a self-image. They are done by the unstoppable will of Spirit, of unconditioned love. And that comes in that presence. And in that presence is the peace that surpasses all understanding. Because when the worldly persona is gone, and the vessel is free, there it arises. There it arises. And there is this joy and wholeness, and it sustains you and it holds you in the most profound of situations. And it's so whole that judging another feels like a pollutant to your heart. Being uncompassionate feels like a pollutant to the state. The awareness falls away from all of the worldly memories and constructs you've made yourself to be. And that awareness switches to this present moment and expands rapidly. And as it expands rapidly, you connect with the all. And the all connects with you, and your lightness arrives, this peace arrives, and it doesn't leave. And I have friends who suffer. Today they suffer. Not because of anything happening here and now. Here, now, in this sensory explosion. Nothing's happening to them. Yet they're suffering. Because they just won't let go of that self-image. And all of its entanglement. And I feel for them, I have empathy. But how miserable to remember what it was to be there, to remember what it was to not know what it was to give the life, the vessel, the organism, the soul to God, to awaken from the suffering of self-inflicted thoughts and that entanglement. To awaken a peace and a joy that you carry with you, that even when the world is with your sight wanting to crush you, that peace that surpasses all understanding is with you. And saying, I'm here and I'm fueling you, because you know this suffering in your memories, but you don't need to know it now. And you need it. You need it to help those who suffer. You need it to end your own suffering. And it's there, it's freedom. It's the, as Meister Eckhart said, there's nothing in this world as close to God as stillness. Be still and know that I am God. And we seek God, we seek and seek and seek, and the seeking is constantly disturbing the stillness where God is waiting.